for a good portion of the movie, but like I get it, and I was very moved by all of the sad parts. Um, I was tearing up. I was then getting pissed. I was then happy when he got his vengeance. Like all of it was lining up. Um, oh my gosh, I am such a fan of Nebula. Like what a rough around the edges, like epitome of rough around the edges, gooey on the inside. Like her whole character is just wonderful. She's like, me, fuck everybody. And then she's like, but really, I'm going to help save everybody's life because I love you all. And I just appreciate that about her. Oh my gosh. Literally the one annoying thing about the movie was Gamora. I'm sorry. She's such an edgelord anymore. Like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I was like, please shut the fuck up. Why is this woman... And why am I getting a fucking lady boner for Quill and Nebula? Like, make it happen. Gamora's out. Nebula's in. I want to see it. Mantis. In the one scene, they're like... they like pop out of their ship and they're trying to get into like the skin looking, that was a weird fucking spaceship. It's like made out of skin or whatever. It's a whole organism, whatever. But she just is like, woo, floating around, and it's so fucking funny. She like lands on her neck. She does it like 10 times in the movie. Maybe not 10, but she does it a couple different times, and it's hilarious to me. Oh, and I went and I watched The Little Mermaid with my daughters, and that 500 out of 10. Oh, okay. Let me just say this. So, am I still recording? I absolutely am. Oh, shit. Okay. So, let me just say this. Star of the whole show, Sebastian. Easily. He was funny in the original, 10 times funnier in the live action. Literally could not have done it better. Every line out of his mouth was a little quip, sarcasm, cute thing. It was adorable. Love him. Hallie did great playing Ariel. Anybody who truly loves the original Little Mermaid would not be disappointed in her performance. It was magical. It was everything you could hope that it would be. I was crying. As I was crying, I was realizing that in theaters all across this country, little black girls would be sitting there seeing a black Ariel just do her thing and be absolute perfection. And it made me cry even more. Like, it was an experience. And feeling what I felt as a white grown-up, I can only imagine the depths that little black children or even grown black women are feeling. Truly, like, that has to be such an experience for them, and I am so glad that they get that, and so, like, thankful that our world has gotten to this point. I mean, of course, we still have so much work to do, but just absolutely wonderful movie. I'm so happy that they got that. They deserve that and so much more. And it was perfect. It was perfect. And then, so they gave Prince Eric a song, and he totally, like, boy banded the shit out of that, and it was wonderful. Little heartthrob moment. I have to be honest. So I love Melissa McCarthy. I've loved her since Gilmore Girls. That's literally probably the only thing. No, I've seen her in a couple other things, but I loved her as Sookie in Gilmore Girls. And watching the previews, I was really concerned that she was going to mess up Ursula and like bomb it big time. And full disclosure, Ursula's my favorite villain. I mean, she's a sea witch, but also she reminds me very much of my grandma Perrin, and she, in all the good ways. Like, the vibe is perfect, and I just love Ursula. Anyways, I was really worried that Melissa McCarthy would, like, bomb it, and just, the previews did not do her part justice, but she absolutely killed it. It was perfect. Every bit of it. Every bit of it was great. I love the change of songs, or like the removal of lyrics, and then the changing of lyrics in Kiss the Girl. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that our world now is making those kind of changes, because we deserve that. Women, we deserve that. We deserve that respect. And to not have those kind of things being taught to our children and reiterated to us as grown women. So I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, so those were my 3 movies that I watched. The books were not great. I would love to read something that actually feeds my brain. It really was just so awful. I don't even mean to be an asshole, but the books, like, there was no point to them. Like, just write a Playboy article, babe. Write a Playboy article and send it in. Oh, and my... Nope, that's not the last thing. The Indian Child Welfare Act is safe. I can't remember, it was like 7-2 vote. And they said that that the Indian Child Welfare Act will not be challenged based on merit or lack of standing. And so it was safe. I have no doubt that shitty fuckbags will try again in a year or however long it takes them to rebound. And I'm convinced that decent human beings will prevent it from ever happening. You will not be able to overturn ICWA, and if you ever do succeed in that, you will be faced with I can't even say it. Big trouble. You'd be in big trouble. And I cried when I heard the news that it was not overturned, and I'm so thankful. You can't just decide that you're going to steal Indigenous children from their families, from their culture, based on you wanting children and thinking you're really shitty, racist, fucking bullshit. You can't do that. So I'm glad that you don't have that opportunity. Let's see. I took a pottery class. I got a pottery wheel for Mother's Day. So I took a pottery class. And I did terrible, but I will post. I get them back in a couple weeks. And so, because they had to dry. Then they were dipped in the little finish thing. And so that's great. I did not fart. That was just the chair. What am I trying to say? Oh yeah, they had to be glazed. That's what it's called. So they had to be dipped in glaze and then dried again. So I'll get them back in a couple weeks, and I'll post them to my Facebook page and possibly my Instagram. It was a fun class. I ended up showing up like 10 minutes late though, and it felt like they were already halfway through the class. So that was weird to me, but whatever. I also got a sewing machine, but like I lost the little window, and that is the most frustrating thing. The little window on the bottom that you put your bobber underneath, lost it. No idea where the fuck it went. Losing my mind trying to find it. So angry. Not going to stop looking for it though, because I want to make aprons and dresses and bags and all of that. So I will not be giving up. Also, I've been making candles. I made dream pillows. And I've been working a lot. So before I go on, like, I've always worked in like fertility work. Like, people come to me, women or couples, they come to me for fertility work, and that's great. Sometimes it's to prevent pregnancies, and most times it is to help, like, get pregnant or to have a healthy pregnancy. And one of my favorite pregnancy spells is the womb spell. Love it. It's my favorite thing. As far as I know, I had no outside influence on that. Like, I don't think like that there's any like subconscious anything that influenced that. But I created that spell all on my own, and it seems to do well. But anyways, I've switched to dream reading and dream work because I have had night terrors my whole life. Some of the most bizarre things. I would love, truthfully, to sit down with Stephen King just one time, tell him like my 5 most reoccurring nightmares, and let him write stories about them, because they are truly horrifying. I don't know how my brain comes up with such awful things, but it does. And I think Stephen King would be fascinated by it. But anyways, so I have night terrors. Then I also have my nightmares. And those are 2 different things. Do not get them confused. But when people tell me their dreams, I'm like, wait a second. Like, I understand what those are saying, what's going on, what that is implying, what your subconscious is trying to tell you, like, all of that. And it's very magical, and I want to, create sleep spells and, like, read your dreams for you and all of that. And so I've really gotten into that heavy, and I'm like just a sponge right now consuming information on it. Which, by the way, I fucking hate like learning new stuff when it comes to magic, because it's so like bastardized, like modern witchcraft, and it's so like gentrified. It's obnoxious. Like, you literally have to dig through so much BS to get to like the root of what you're trying to learn. And I think that it's just so tiring. Like, why do I have to dig through trenches before I can actually get to the work that I want to do, or that I need to do, or what I have to learn? Like, it's insane to me. I'm willing to do it because, I want to learn and I want to be better at my craft, but God, why do they have to make it so hard? But yeah, so that's my life right now. Oh my God. I went to the Oddity. I need to say this. Like, I've been to 3 weekends in a row. I went to the Oddity, and it was in Cleveland, Ohio. It was Cleveland Oddity something. I can't remember, but it was great. No, you know what? I'm going to do a different episode on that, because I want to make sure that I have all the artists correct, and I want to have my business cards, because I bought a lot of stuff, and it was great. So I'll do a different episode on that, maybe in 10 months, because I always wait so long in between. But anyways, I'm going to get off here, because it's time to do a bed check. So have a good night. This is featuring Jessie, and I am Jessie. And okay, bye.